Hey, Accelerate parents and athletes. I just want to take a second and thank you for the continued support that you have put into the Accelerate Performance Lab and the mission we have to help support your kids, your runners, the athletes as they go on this journey to becoming the best athlete they can be. This last year, in year one of our program, is one of the most amazing things that has ever happened in my life, and it's all thanks to you and the support that you give to your kids and to our program to allow us to give back into their lives and see them have the success they've had. We've had everything from new beginners improved by several minutes in races all the way to national champions setting all-time state bests. It truly has been a special year, and I'm excited to go to the next level with your support. So on that note, we're looking ahead at the fall cross-country season, and I want to let you know about a few new resources that we have. We've been growing rapidly, and because of that and the generosity you have in supporting our program, it's allowed us to be able to grow into new resources. In this fall cross-country season, going back to last fall, we've added all kinds of new pieces. We've added mental strength programming. We've got nutrition information beyond what we had even in the spring track season. We continue to add resources and pieces to help your student athletes, your runners, your kids be able to excel at the highest level. We've got student athletes using the new Whoop device where we have a team monitoring that to be able to see how we're doing with sleep, how we're doing with recovery to make sure they are at their absolute best. We know that as you've gone into your training with your team that it's hard to sometimes see how Accelerate can continue to help you. But I can tell you from experience that we had over this past year, the athletes that stayed involved in the program had extensively more success than those who were not able to continue forward. Why? That's because that I've set aside time, and the team of leaders that I have set aside time to work with you and make sure that all of the testing, all of the planning you've done in preparation for the season can be capitalized when you're back with your team. We do that by continuing to test, continuing to monitor the things that are making you the best athlete you can be, and looking at what you're doing with your teams and ensuring that all of the work you're doing is going towards making you be successful. If there's things that you need to adjust, things that you need to add, or things that you need to make sure you're building into your schedule, we're going to ensure that you have those so that all of your hard work is maximized as you go through the season and for when it matters most in the championship portion. One of the key things we've added this fall that I'm really excited about is our GPS mapping of courses. If you provide us with a Google map of the course and we can find it on Google Maps and we can pull it up, we can run data off the topographical map to see where the hills, the turns, everything is that allows us to be able to see the best, most efficient way for your son or daughter to run that race based on their specific data. Whether they're an athlete that's more of an 800 type that have come up to cross country, or they're a pure long distance runner that this is really their sport, they've got different needs and different ways that they need to run the race. And every course is unique. Rather than focusing on PRs on each course, we want to work on, did we maximize what was possible out there on that course? Since we know some are short, some are long, some days are hot, vice versa. All these things are just going on, and we can get too fixated on, did we set a new personal best without keeping these other things in mind? What I want to do is take this new opportunity that we have to measure and use this GPS data for these courses and allow you to see whether or not you actually put the best effort out there onto that course and what adjustments we can make both before we race to see what the best plan would look like, or after the race to see what adjustments we need to make going forward. This is something I'm super excited about that's only going to be available to the Accelerate athletes that are part of our cross-country package. So that's something that I really want you guys to see. For those of you track athletes that maybe aren't using cross-country, this continues to be part of your off-season plan. You'll continue to get training packages and things that are going to allow you to continue to develop as we prepare for both the winter indoor racing season for club and move on even into the spring school season. So thank you guys again for supporting what we do. Without you guys, Accelerate doesn't exist. I simply would just get to be a coach sitting around thinking about theoretical athletes and what they could do, but instead I get the joy of working with each of you, your athletes, or if I'm talking to you directly as an athlete, that I get the chance to work with you and see you as you develop, look right at you, look at your numbers, and help make sure that you are becoming everything you want to be. So I'm grateful for our team that's come alongside to support you, and I'm grateful for the support you've given us. So let's work together, connect with me again, and let's have a fantastic fall, whether it's in season for cross country or out of season in preparation for track for our track athletes. So let's get after it, and I can't wait to see you guys soon again in the lab.